I'm doing a flip grade about Homer Simpson because I've often been compared to him, and there are a lot of similarities between me and Homer. And besides the obvious one, a dead-end job and 3 kids, I love my kids. He doesn't. He's not a really good father. Sometimes it's really questionable. He'll do something like, "Aw," but really, choking Dwart all those times. Forgetting Lisa's birthday. Forgetting that Maggie even exists a lot of times. He's not really a great dad. Okay, we talk about food. In the first picture was him drooling. Here he's eating donuts. He's really big on donuts. I like the sweets, but I've been cutting down the sweets. I don't eat as many sweets as I used to. I'm not that lustful over donuts. Woohoo! He shows excitement. I show excitement. And sometimes they're in awkward situations, awkward times where it shouldn't be happy, shouldn't be excited. And he cheers. And he's dumbfounded. And a lot of times I'm just like lost for words. Shocked. Amazed. Oh! I declare this a lot. Because I do some bonehead things. But thing is, I say dough when I acknowledge it. And I get better, usually. I usually learn from my mistakes. Homer, not so much. A lot of times he makes the same mistake over and over. And every time, it's a dough moment. Homer falls down a lot. I used to fall down a lot. About 6 months ago, Coach Doug said, "You got your balance back." And I laughed it off. I said, "No, I never had balance." Which is pretty true. Since I was maybe 10 or 11, I didn't have balance. I'd walk across the rooms and it would fall down. I'd get tripped very easily. I'd stumble over things. I'd fall down, and that made me like Homer. Well, I don't want to be like Homer. I don't want to be the person that falls down. I've only fallen down once in workouts. Year and 4 months of workouts. I've only fallen down once. We were doing some kind of backwards. We were doing backwards running, I think, and that it kind of shocked some people. They're like, "We've never seen you fall down," and I don't want to fall down anymore. And I don't fall down as much as I used to. Appearances change. They're kind of cyclical with me. You look at my selfies. Some of my selfies now look like they used to. Like I found a picture today of me wearing the same shirt that I wore 4.5 years ago. My hair was cut short, and it looked like I hadn't shaved in a couple weeks. About like now. Not a real goatee. So it's cyclical with me. But with Homer, not so much. This is what he looked like back on the Tracy Ullman show, before they actually had a series. And he looks a lot different now. And there he was in one of the flashbacks as a little kid. And wait, there's me. Big hair, just like Homer. Kind of round, not quite bowl cut, because it's not, but round cut. Maybe he was a kid in the early 80s also. I don't know. I think I was a little cuter than him though. And there's that exuberance again. Overexcitement, abundant excitements. And like Homer, I sometimes slip into the really excited, like I like to sing "Everything is Awesome," from the Lego movie. Everything's not really awesome, but I like to say that it is. And I don't have any schemes of getting fat because I'm lazy and I want to get out of work or anything like that, like Homer does. But I do have schemes. So sometimes I have ideas, I want to do stuff. Sometimes I'm lazy, I want to get rich quick, that kind of thing. Which is stupid, but sometimes Sometimes I do it. Arrgh! I love the green. I used to drink green Mio, the energy Mio, but I'd put like a bunch of green squirts and I'd add stuff to it. Usually a little bit of red, so it makes it darker, or a little, maybe orange juice or something. So it's just it's green, green juice. Hulk smash, Hulk angry, like it's gonna transform me into some 300-pound, behemoth that can break down walls. I didn't, but it could, I guess. Now Homer is married way out of his league. There are some episodes, not all the time, but when Marge looks pretty attractive, and she's very forgiving. She's got a very kind heart. Sometimes she goes a little bit overboard, I think, sometimes, and she's a little bit of worrywart too, which is kind of annoying. But I don't think Homer, maybe he doesn't deserve her. And I guess this is kind of how I am like Homer, because I have this awesome wife who's very forgiving of me. Okay, insert a brain here. Do stupid things, but I have a brain. I have an important brain. I'm a very smart guy, even though I do stupid things. But I do compartmentalize somewhat, and that's kind of one of Homer's kind of downfall things. Is everything is his brain is kind of organized in different ways. Mine, I can't read all these words, so I don't know what it all is. Sleep, donuts, and sex is all I make out. I think the sex portion would probably be bigger. The sleep portion would be smaller. And donuts portion would be a lot smaller. The last picture is one that I drew based off of Homer. Picture of me. Like Homer? No, I try not to be like Homer. But there's still a lot of things that will compare to Homer. And this video is not exhaustive by any means. I'll probably keep finding similarities and differences between me and Homer for years to come, because I don't anticipate the show to be ending anytime soon. And even when it does end, we'll be watching reruns. So, yeah. Am I like Homer? Am I not like Homer?